Once upon a time, in a quiet town in rural America, there lived a boy named Ethan Miller. His father had walked out of their lives when Ethan was just 12, leaving his mother to work long shifts at a diner to keep food on the table. Ethan was a quiet, sensitive boy, always carrying a weight on his shoulders that no one could see. School was a struggle. Ethan was not the brightest student. In fact, he often failed his tests. His teachers would sigh and tell him, "Ethan, you need to try harder. You won't get anywhere if you don't focus." His classmates, unkind and quick to mock, called him the slow kid or the failure. Deep down, Ethan had dreams, big ones. He wanted to be more than what his circumstances suggested. He wanted to be someone who mattered, someone who made a difference. But every time he tried, it felt as if life itself was holding him down. He wasn't good at school, he wasn't athletic, he wasn't the class clown or the kid everyone noticed. Sometimes, he wondered if he was just not good at life itself. One rainy afternoon, after failing yet another math test, Ethan wandered to the edge of town and sat under an old oak tree. He gazed at the gray clouds above and whispered to himself, "Why me? Why can't I be like everyone else? Why can't I be perfect?" An old man, walking his dog nearby, noticed the boy's sorrow. He approached and asked gently, "Son, why the long face?" Ethan shrugged, unable to hold back the tears. "I can't do anything right. I'm not perfect. I'm never perfect." The old man smiled, not with pity, but with a quiet kind of understanding. "I have a task for you," he said. "If you do it sincerely, it will teach you something far more important than grades or talent." He handed Ethan a small, simple mirror. "For the next 7 nights," the man instructed, "before you sleep, look into this mirror. Don't just see your face. Look into your eyes. Say these 3 things aloud. One thing you failed at today, one thing you learned from that failure, and one small thing you'll try again tomorrow. Do it faithfully. Do not skip a single day." Ethan was skeptical. It seemed silly, even a little childish. But he agreed. That first night, he stared at himself in the mirror. His voice shook as he said, "I failed my math test today. I learned that I didn't study enough. Tomorrow, I will go over the first 3 chapters again." He looked at his reflection, saw the doubt, and felt the weight of all those disappointed teachers and classmates pressing down on him. The next night, he tried again. This time, his voice was slightly steadier. Night after night, he repeated the exercise. Slowly, the mirror transformed from a simple object into a place of truth, a place where he faced himself honestly. Each failure, each small confession, helped him understand that failure was not the enemy. The real enemy was his fear of confronting himself. By the 7th night, something remarkable happened. Ethan looked into the mirror and no longer saw the helpless, timid boy who avoided challenges. He saw a boy who tried, who stumbled, who learned, and who grew. Tears rolled down his cheeks as he realized he had been carrying not weakness, but strength he hadn't yet recognized. When he returned to the old man, he asked, "Did I do it right? Did I learn what I was supposed to?" The old man's eyes twinkled. "What did you see in the mirror?" Ethan took a deep breath. "I saw myself, not as a failure, but as someone who is becoming stronger every day." The old man nodded. "That, my boy, is the real task of life. Life does not ask for perfection. It asks for courage. It asks you to face your truth every day and keep moving forward." From that day on, Ethan changed. He began helping his mother with extra chores, taking on part-time jobs to support the family. He failed many times, but each failure was a lesson, not a punishment. He started a small landscaping business, then a lawn care service, learning every step of running it. Each mistake taught him something new, and each small victory built his confidence. The boy who once hid under a tree in tears slowly became the young man everyone in town admired. He wasn't perfect, he never was, but he became unstoppable. His persistence and honesty earned respect, his willingness to learn inspired others, and his courage to face failure head-on became a beacon for anyone who felt lost. Ethan Miller never forgot the mirror. Every night, he continued reflecting, growing, learning. And when asked how he became successful, he would smile and say, "I didn't become perfect. I became fearless. I learned to stand tall, even when I fell." That's the secret, not perfection, but persistence, courage, and the willingness to face yourself every day. Friends, remember this. Life will never hand you perfection. Life will hand you challenges, failures, and moments when you feel small. But in those moments lies the real lesson: to face yourself, to stand tall, and to keep going. The world doesn't need perfect people. It needs fearless ones. So take a mirror, metaphorical or real. Look into your eyes. Accept your failures. Learn from them. Stand up stronger each day. Because life is not about being flawless, it's about being fearless.